that is deemed appropriate by physicians in Ohio. What about the economic impact that it would have on Cambridge? We already know about the startup fees and taxes that a business is required to pay, but what about the people that would come here to obtain this medication? There are a lot of communities that are refusing to allow implementation of this law. Therefore, there would be lots of people coming to Cambridge for this medication. And while they are here, they may stop and grab a sandwich or fill up their tank. They may also stop downtown to view the Dickens characters and maybe enjoy the light show that just happens to be in downtown Cambridge, and maybe pop into a store for a souvenir or a hot cup of hot chocolate. We are not talking about recreational marijuana. We are talking about a medication that must be prescribed by a licensed physician, that can only be obtained by a patient with one of the 26 conditions ranging from Parkinson's disease and MS to Alzheimer's disease and cancer. In a study done by the University of Michigan, patients using medical marijuana to control chronic pain reported a 64% reduction in their use of more traditional prescription pain medications known as opioids. How nice would that be? I sat by and watched my dad essentially sacrifice vision in his eye because he refused to take a second surgery on his retina because the pain was too much to bear, and he refused to take opioid medication because of the stigma that has been placed on them. There's also a member of this community that is currently prescribed a pain medication, but he refuses to take because of the awful side effects. Yet this person told me that he would not take medical marijuana pills because it would send a bad message to his grandchildren. My opinion is that we should not be stigmatizing a medication that doctors feel is appropriate to prescribe to their patients. And that's the message we send when we talk so harshly about and when we vote to prohibit. I wonder, if a doctor told us he had a medication in which he withheld the name, that could ease the pain of cancer patients and also increase the appetite. This medication could also tremendously help kids that have seizures and could possibly reduce the amount of opioid prescriptions that may have to be written. And the only side effects of this medication are increased appetite and a little drowsiness. What would we think about that drug? I'm just like every single person sitting at this table and around this room as far as wanting to keep our residents safe and keeping the bad out. But I cannot sit here tonight and pretend that this prohibition will keep anybody in Cambridge safer. It will, however, make it a little tougher for our Cambridge residents to obtain a legal prescription, and it will close the door to some economic development income opportunities. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any further discussion? Mr. Marlin?
Before we vote, I would like to thank Councilman Loftman for that due diligence. I appreciate that. I just think that that's not going to sway my vote, but I do appreciate your due diligence. That's commended.
Thanks, Jack.
Seeing no other discussion, a call for the vote. Roll call, please.
Marlin?
Yes.
Evancho?
Yes.
Wolverton?
Yes.
McMillan?
Yes.
Leonard?
Yes.
Loffman?
No.
Conaway?
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. Miscellaneous.
Did we do the VOCA grants? Did we do the last one?
No, we didn't. Thank you.
That's the right one.
You're hired.
It clipped onto the old one. Thank you, Mr. Loffman.
No problem.
By the way, I've already signed it in the...
I have white out. An ordinance authorizing the law director to accept and appropriate the federal VOCA and state SVAA grants.
Mr. Loftman, since you pointed it out.
Motion to suspend.
Mr. Conaway?
Second.
Roll call on the suspension, please.
Wolverton?
Yes.
Evancho?
Yes.
Marlin?
Yes.
Loffman?
Yes.
Conaway?
Yes.
McMillan?
Yes.
Leonard?
Yes.
Vanto?
Motion to pass.
Mr. Wolverton?
Second motion.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Conaway?
Yes.
Evancho?
Yes.
Loffman?
Yes.
McMillan?
Yes.
Leonard?
Yes.
Wolverton?
Yes.
Marlin?
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. So now we'll go to miscellaneous. Mr. Vancho.
All right. Finance Committee will meet next Monday,
November 20th at 4:30.
Legislative will meet following legislative will meet following the Finance Committee at 4:45.
Leonard.
City Services will meet right after that. And I do have one more miscellaneous item when you're ready.
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay, on October 28th, we had a First Ward meeting down at the old Lincoln, the former Lincoln School, and I think we have very, very good support down there. We had good city administrative people that come out and supported us. Police Chief Delancey did an excellent job. I had two of our well-respected and local pastors, Randolph White and Bob Hollins, there. I asked them to come up and speak as well. And you never know what you're going to get into when you have an open forum meeting like that. But the citizens that did come out and the community support and everybody come together, I think we set the example for the way the nation should follow and the way that we held our meeting in our ward down there. And I also want to thank the council members that came out as well for that meeting, and I look forward to coming and joining council and the other. But I just want to give my thanks to all the citizens, all the administratives, and all the support people that come out and give us a hand for that first meeting, and we really had a good meeting. That's what it takes to bring a community together. So.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard.
Thank you.
Ms. Kassler?
I just want to follow up on Mr. Leonard's comments. That was an initiative that was thought of by our police chief, Mark Delancey, and it is his goal to do one in each of the 4 wards of our city. The next one that we're looking at is in the 2nd ward, and we're looking at December the 12th, but we haven't got that nailed down yet. So please, residents of the 2nd ward, just watch the media. We don't have it in any of our budgets to be able to send out notifications to each individual household. So we will be advertising that meeting through the media, both radio and the newspaper. So please be sure to keep your eyes peeled. We are looking at the 2nd week of December for that.
Okay.
Anybody else in the miscellaneous? All right, if seeing nothing, Mr. Marlin?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
We are adjourned.